What up? Welcome back to Cool Kid TCG. A matchup today of Blue Yellow Nami into Green Zoro, playing my good friend Mark, Only Hands TCG, member of the Dex Robbers podcast. Be sure to check all those out. Why Blue Yellow Nami? Well, because talking with a friend, getting a little too buggy coded right now. I feel like he told me I would benefit from playing another deck, just learning something, doing a quick refresh. Blue Yellow Nami. Also, there is a pretty good topping list at the LA region I was just at. That kind of got a lot of inspiration from. It is a little bit tweaked, but yeah, that's the list we're running. In the meantime, by the way, lost the dice roll. We're going second. He's going to swing a big number. We're going to take that. No trigger. Didn't have anything to play on to Dawn. Nami's effect. We're going to swing a 5 life here. He's going to take no trigger. I'm going to tap 4 for a Marco blocker that on KO will draw us 2 cards. We don't have a Dawn on leader, which is something we definitely want. Meanwhile, he's going to tap 5 for Tashigi. He's going to be able to rest my Marco, put 3 on Zoro. He's going to swing a big 9 into the Marco. We'll let it die to get to draw 2. And then we also take the hit on the 8k swing at life. Nami has 2 effects. If she has a Dawn on her, on my opponent's attack, I can pitch a card to become 7k leader for the turn, as well as if I hit their life and I have 7 or less cards in hand, I get to draw a card. So I will swing 8 life. I went way too many cards to draw off of the effect, and then I'm going to tap 2 to Nojiko back the Tashigi back to his hand. Keeping 1 Dawn up for Slave Arrow. If he gets greedy and decides to arrest the Nojiko and attack the Nojiko, I'm going to Slave Arrow right back, which is going to effectively negate his leader ability. So he is going to tap 5 for a Cavendish. Cavendish allows him to restand some Dawn. Then he taps 4 for a Kuina, rests a character, and then also gives 3 rests to Dawn to leader. That's Zoro. And I Slave Arrow, so he doesn't get the ability to restand. So yeah, maybe I used that card a little early in the game, but was able to successfully, negate an attack that he was going to swing a big at life. So now what I'm going to do is I definitely want to kill that Queen because you can continue to get value out of it. Just thinking about what to do. I can Nojiko back that. I have another Nojiko, bounces a 5 cost. So I'm going to swing 7 into the Queen and make sure it dies. I'm going to tap 4 for a Marco blocker, and then 2 for another Nojiko, bounce the Cavendish back to his hand. I know his hand has a Cavendish now and a Tashigi. He plays the Tashigi down here. He's going to tap 1 for a Perona Searcher, search top 5 for a green event or / attribute character. He's thinking on that. Meanwhile, he is at 3 life. We are at 2 life. He's thinking on what to add before eventually settling on another Kuina. So he could rest our Marco if he plays that down. He taps 5 for a Cavendish, the one we just bounced back. Gets to restand 2 Dawn, and he will do the Kuina again that he just picked up, and he will put the 3 Dawn on leader. And now if he swings in the Marco, which he does, we get to draw 2. So we've drawn 4 off of Marco's. In a way, Marco's we've gotten value out of it. He's swinging 8 life here. To think of what to pitch, we'll pitch a Kikanoju to become a 7k leader for the turn. Then we need to give a 2k. We'll give a Beji, and then he passes it back to us with 1 Dawn standing. We go to our 10 Dawn turn. Thinking about what to do here. We could Nojiko again. I think we have 2 Nojikos in hand. We could Nojiko. We could kill that Kuina. We just have some options. We also have Odin. I feel like at this point I need to start playing boss monsters. I played very reactionary. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to swing. This is maybe a mistake. I'm going to swing a 1 into the 1 and hope he gives it to me. He doesn't. He gives me counter. So that means I'm going to have to swing my leader into it. I'm going to swing 6 into the Queen just because I need a Dawn on leader. This is where it might be great to have an extra Dawn standing just in case I draw into a Slave Arrow or something like that. I don't currently have a Slave Arrow, I think. Actually, no, I do have a Slave Arrow. If I don't put that Dawn on Nojiko and then I play down the Odin, I should have a standing Dawn. Actually, I think that would still work out anyways. I think I'd still have a standing Dawn. Yeah, so just thinking about what to do, whether I want to Nojiko that Cavendish again, whether I want to play down the 5 cost Boa, which could shut off his leader from attacking, but I feel like I only running currently one. Wish I was running more, but wasn't able to borrow more in time. So I don't think it's a time to play that Boa right now. Instead, we're just going to tap 7 for the Odin to make sure I got the Dawn right. Have one Dawn standing, and we'll pass it back to him. I don't think we have a Slave Arrow in hand. I think that's Perfume Femur we have in hand. He is going to swing the Perona into the Nojiko. Yeah, I think I went with the Odin because I feel like at the way things are going, I need something that can start attacking really big. So I'm aggressive. I could have played Kuma, but ultimately going to decide on the Odin. He is going to play a Hody. Hody allows him against he gets to rest a character or Dawn, so he rests my Odin. He takes his own life, and then he's going to swing the Cavendish 6 into life to restand 2 Dawn, which I will pitch, use leader ability, become a 7k leader for the turn. Now he's going to swing 8s into the Odin. I'm going to continually give 2 2ks, one for the Hody, one for his actually this isn't an 8, I think this is more I think this is like a 10, so I need to give 2 2ks. So I'm going to give the Zeus and the Hiyori. Get up to 11, and then he's going to swing to life, and I have to take this probably because that's going to take a lot of cards out of hand. I will take, and it's a red rock trigger, but not going to trigger it. So yeah, now it's just an interesting scenario. I don't have a card currently on board to pick up with the Odin. He is at 2 life. I do want to play the Boa because I'm in danger of losing if he has the restand event. But I also kind of need to deal with this board. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing 6 into the Cavendish. He is going to give a 1k counter. And then now what I think I do is I'm going to tap 2. I'm ultimately going to fall short of the Dawn I want to do, the play I want to do, which is play the Nojiko down, bounce the Cavendish, and then pick that Nojiko back up with the Odin. That's going to take 5 Dawn in totality, and with 1 Dawn on leader, that means I only really have 4 Dawn to play with. So I'm going to tap 2 for the Nojiko. We're going to bounce there. I have 3 Dawn set aside on the left for the Odin restand, and here's where I'm just going to bully that Hody. If he gives me counter here, I'm going to restand and just swing into the Hody again. So it would take a lot of cards out of hand either way. But yeah, I think he's going to let this Hody die because if he counters out, I'm just going to pick up the Nojiko, activate Odin's effect, and swing right back into it. And then here, I'm going to thinking just making sure, but we will pick up the Nojiko, and then we're going to swing this number at life, and we're going to pass. His board's only just the Perona. He has a 1 life. And I was at 7 or less cards, so I do draw for leader effect. But yeah, just an interesting scenario. I know that he's checking my trash. If he has the restand event, we could lose this game here, depending on what he does with his Dawn. But yeah, he's thinking it through. We have a decent amount of counter in hand. We also have the Boa for next turn. I think that's going to be a great play. He's going to swing. He's got 8 Dawn, so this is a 13k swing. He's swinging at the Odin. I need the Odin alive to have any chance to win the game, in my opinion. So I'm going to definitely counter out of this. Just thinking about what cards it's going to take to counter out. And I think it's going to take all the counter in my hand because I kind of wanted to keep the Kuma. But I think I need to give all the counter in my hand. So we go 2k, 2k, 1k, 1k. And that's just enough to get out. Now he takes it to life. And this is a key point in the game. This is an Nami trigger. And I don't trigger it because I was thinking he was going to keep those Dawn up for events. I should have just popped the Perona. I got greedy. I was thinking I could play that Nami down and get double attack banished with the Odin. Or not double attack. Swing twice banished with the Odin. Very greedy. And ultimately, it's going to cost me the game because I didn't kill that Perona. I had a chance to kill the Perona and I didn't. So now, what I'm really hoping is I don't have enough counter. If he puts all the Dawn on Perona and swings next turn, I'm not going to be able to counter out. At one point, I'm going to try to draw a card by hitting his life. I'm thinking if I draw, I can draw a card off of... If I hit his life, I get to draw. But even if I draw 2k, I'm not going to have enough. My hand's kind of bricked right now. So I think I've lost the game at this point. What I'm going to do is just play the best play and hope that he doesn't see the Perona, because that's all I can do, which is just try to... I'm going to swing big numbers, but I'm going to keep 5 Dawn for the Boa play. I'm going to have to pitch a card with counter, which I'll probably pitch the Kikanoju due to the fact that it has no counter. Could also pitch the Perfume Femur, but I feel like that could... I mean, the Perfume Femur is there for the Boa I'm about to play, but it's just too slow at this point. But yeah, at this point, I'm not going to use Odin's effect of restanding, I think, because of the fact that he has a decent amount of cards in hand. I just don't think I'm going to be able to do the swings. So I swing 9 life. He gives me the blocker. I'm going to swing 9 life again. Well, I'm going to put 4 Dawn on Nami and swing 9 again and then play the Boa. Yeah, so we swing the 9, hoping it can hit his life just so I can draw an extra card. But I think he kind of has to respect the fact that our Odin can restand, so I think he countered out of this no matter what. So yeah, he's got the 3 cards. He gives me 2k, 2k, 1k, looks like. And then I'm going to tap 5 for the Bow. I have to pitch a card with trigger, so I'm going to pitch the Red Rock. And that makes it so his rested leader can attack next turn. So yeah, at this point, the only thing that can attack is if he has another Hody or this Perona he has on board. He can put all 10 down and swing 12, and he's going to win the game. So he's just thinking it through. Also have the Perfume. If he were to block her up and just play it safe, we have the Perfume Femur potentially for next turn. But I feel like we'd have enough swings with the Odin. So yeah, he swings to 12. I'm like, yeah, you got it, dude. Even if I did that pitch, we go 7, I go 2k, 1k, and I was like, what if I drew a card? It was a brick anyways. So yeah. Kind of missequenced a little bit. Kind of didn't play this the best way I could have played it, and I definitely should have triggered that Nami. The reason I didn't again was because I was thinking about I needed a cheap card because I just given away all my hand. A cheap card to play down for Odin, and also swinging twice Banish is pretty sick. Didn't think that he would play the blocker down. Thought it was going to be more like just keeping Dawn up for events. Definitely should have seen the blocker coming. That's just a total brain fart on my part. So yeah, very winnable game. Wasn't able to do it, but shouts to my opponent. He played it really well. And yeah, I had fun with this deck, despite the fact that we got the loss here. Yeah, we're currently looking at the list right now. This is what it is. I'm trying. I want it to be 2 yellow boas. I'd probably take out a Zeus 2k for that and go down to 2 on that. But I wasn't able to borrow enough in time. So that's definitely something. I want to up the yellow boa up to 2. Could potentially up it up to 3. But going to keep the boa ratios at 4 boas, whether it's how many yellows or blues. But definitely want to be at 2 and 2, potentially maybe 1 blue, 3 yellows if Zoros get rampant. Because that card's so good against Zoro. But anyways, let me know in the comments if they can do differently. Really appreciate you guys. I'll see you next time.